Welcome to the Mike Peluso Outdoors here on URLradio.net. The more hits we play, the more hits we get. Tonight we're up at Devil's Lake, North Dakota. I'm joined here with Jason Feldner, the owner of PERCH-EYES Guide Service. I've been working for Jason here a little more than, 3-4 months here, and it's interesting to kind of watch to see what's going on here up at this lake. You know, we've watched this lake grow over the years. We've seen a lot more people coming into the state to take part in this unbelievable fishery, and I'm going to get Jason's take here on what he thinks is going on right now and what the future holds here for Devil's Lake. Jason.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Mike, because we go through these years where the water comes up and it kind of goes down a little bit, and we're at that period right now. You know, I've been here 16 years, and it's probably grown, I think, about 15 feet since I've been here since 2001. And I slowly watch it go up, and then you'll lose 3-4 feet, and then it'll go up, and that's where we're at right now. Is we've lost like 3 feet in the last 3 years, I would say. And it's definitely a learning curve every year when you fish this thing, because the water levels change, the places where the fish are totally different. And I'm suspecting from the weather forecast for this next year, we're going to get a little increase again next year, and that's going to change it again this year.
So, I mean, looking at this lake, Jason, and I've been up here off and on for the last 20 years, basically, fishing it, and, I've watched it grow as well. I haven't spent near as much time, obviously, you have, but I've witnessed a ton of changes. I've just noticed how the fishing is different. I mean, it's back in the day, there were certain areas you could get to, and a lot of folks knew how to get there, and you'd catch really nice fish, and now, it's more exposed now, certainly. I mean, people are figuring this thing out, but what do you see happening right now, Jason, with this system as far as it changing? I know we just had a tournament up here not too long ago, and a lot of big fish caught in areas that are kind of new territory, so to speak. But what do you see happening on this lake?
Well, for the average angler, if you look over the last 5 or 6 years, we've lost a lot of our trees. So that slip bobber bite in people's mind have kind of gone to the wayside a little bit because the trees, they don't see them anymore. But they are still there, and the fishing is still good in those areas, but it's more of a visual thing versus looking at a map and seeing humps and things like that. And in the tournament side of things have definitely changed. The mapping systems nowadays, the fish are a little bit more accessible. So now it's kind of going back to the old days on the main lake structures where people are fishing deep rocks and things like that. So, and another thing to add to it is this lake, the water level is a little bit lower now, and the northern reaches are a little bit more treacherous. So, if you're traveling like up in Pelican and even the mini walking flats and stuff like that, you have to pay attention, because those old stump fields, old railroad tracks, old road beds and stuff are a little bit more dangerous than they were, say, 3 years ago with 3 foot more water.
Yeah, no, there's no question. I mean, even myself and yourself guiding on this lake, I find a lot of times if I'm not paying close attention to my units, you can find yourself, on top of rocks in a quick hurry, and kind of leading into that. I mean, what do you suggest? I mean, you got people listening to the show from North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, what have you. Do you recommend? I mean, obviously we're going to be a little biased here because we are guides on the lake, but do you recommend having people come up here and hiring somebody, bringing their own boat? I mean, what honestly do you suggest?
I mean, a guide is a bulletproof way to do it, and I know a lot of guys got their own equipment and they have a lot of self-pride, which I understand because I've got the same thing when I go to a body of water. If you're going to come out here and venture by yourself, I mean, stop at 2, 3, 4 bait shops and try to learn the danger areas and just try to know where to navigate and where to go and what to do. And they're going to give you some general information that's really going to help you on the lake, especially this time of year. I mean, pretty much follow the wind and get an 8 to 12 foot of water and pull bottom bounces of spinners with the crawlers, and you're going to catch fish. But just pay attention to your maps. A good GPS is a key out here. I like the Humminbird and Lake Master chip because that seems to be the most precise right now. And if you have that equipment on your boat, I think you'll be fine, but just pay attention is a big key.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, Jason. I want to thank you for joining us here on the program. We'll certainly have you on here many more times here to come. But again, if we can just get your final take on what you think this whole lake kind of has to offer here, we'll turn it over and then we'll break for commercial.
Yeah, Mike, it offers everything. I mean, we got white bass. The pike fishing is awesome. The walleye fishing is phenomenal, especially in July and August. We get in a good summer pattern, and you can literally catch 30 to 100 fish a day. It depends where you're at and what you're doing and what have you. And I look forward to working with you some more, and we'll see you on the water tomorrow, Mike.
Yes, you will. So, again, this has been the Mike Peluso Outdoors. We'll come back here after the break, after we recognize all our sponsors, and we want to take this quick, brief moment to thank PERCH-EYES Guide Service and Jason for their fine sponsorship of the program as well. So, again, we'll break here. This is the Mike Peluso Outdoors on URLradio.net. The more hits we play, the more hits we get.
Whoa.